Welcome back everybody to my workshop. It's just a short video really, and I do apologise to my subscribers and that and my viewers that I haven't posted any videos just recently, but I have been quite busy. We've been away, so I've just got back into it, and I come to do a job the other day. This is what this video is about, and this is a safety video. Now I'm quite conscious about safety in the workshop. You know, don't remove guards to do a job, keep the guard on, and you know, these things can take your fingers off or take your eye out. Any of the machinery in here can injure you, especially if it's powered. A chisel ain't powered, but you can certainly, when I sharpen them, you can shave with them. And I always tell, when I've done chisel for people, I've always said, please, you're used to putting the force on that you did before you brought them here. If you do that, you'll end up taking your fingers off. So it's just a word of warning. But I had an incident the other day. I was on the big CNC machine, but this goes for any of the CNC machines that I've got, or if they've had the circular saw running. And what it was, I always tend to, on the big machine, I use different parts of the bed, because you find out, and you need to do that with your CNC machines. Don't use one part all the time, because that part is the only part that'll wear. You need to use it, move your if you can, move your materials about on the beds, and do it in different places. It just aids to the overall lubrication and everything of the CNC machines. But I was using the main machine, the large one, and I was probably roughly in the middle of the bed. I hadn't used that for a while, so and I was using clamps, and I was just doing for somebody that wanted like a bowl sort of thing, hollowing out. What I was using it for, he asked me, he brought me the timber, and I said, yeah, of course I'll do it. So, well, you know what it is when you're doing things for a friend, for a favour. Anyway, I got sort of 3/4 of the way into it, so it was quite dished, and it was about, I would say, about 8-inch diameter, dished to round about 1/2 inch, so it had got most of it done. I'd done the roughing cut, and I was on a ball nose to do the final pass, and I thought 3/4 of the way through, yeah, it's going to be alright, I'll be finished in another 20 minutes or so. So I thought I'll put my cutters away, because obviously I'd done a cutter change, and I keep all my collets and that, and my cutters in the toolbox, in a certain toolbox, only a lift up toolbox like you'd use. And so I picked it up, and as I picked it up, the clasp came undone on the toolbox. This is a toolbox I'm talking about. Right, now that's a clasp, that's how it works. For some reason, I don't know why, maybe my mistake or what have you, it wasn't shut quite right, but the catch was half out. I don't know why, whether I've knocked it or what, I don't know. But as I picked it up, and it was at the side of the CNC machine, as I picked it up, that happened. It opened up. All my collets and all my cutters fell out. Now, on the floor, that's not a problem, those that went on the floor. I have lost some somewhere in the shop. I will get to them eventually. But the machine was running, and what happened was, because I was using a small ball nose, actually the one of the collets fell, well, two actually fell into the bowl that I was doing, and if I'd have had a bigger cutter on, it'd have been even worse. And if I'd had the roughing cutter on, dread to think what had happened. And these two collets fell in the dish as it's doing its pass. It picked one of the collets up and threw it. It was like a bullet coming past me. It was on maximum RPM, obviously, and it come past me, my right shoulder. And I thought, oh, Jesus Christ. I had safety glasses on anyway, but if I hadn't have done, or it came a little bit higher into my face and hit me in the mouth, it would have broke my teeth, no mistake about it. It came at me like a bullet. I didn't duck, I didn't get time to move, I just saw it whiz past me. It hit over here. I have a fan on here, external fan, and it hit the guard on that. And I thought, and then I saw the other one in the dish as well. It didn't hit that. I managed to knock the safety button and it stopped it immediately. Had to redo the job again, or pick up where I left off. I had to go back to the final ball nose tool pass and just take another 0.5 mil off, and it run the program again, fortunately, because it were a nice piece of timber that he brought me. I don't know where he got it from. And I thought, and this sponsored this video really, because as I've just said previous, I'm really safety conscious. It's just where I've been brought up. But the toolbox is okay now. I learnt my lesson, and it was just a split second picking it up from at the side of the machine, and I brought it across the actual machine. I wouldn't have thought, if that had been a circular saw that was running, and I thought, oh, just before I cut this, it's running, I'll just move my toolbox out of the way, I don't want dust in it. Imagine the repercussions of that. Or planer. It goes for it, you know, if you're passing anything near machines, make sure what you've got on it is secure. Right, so I've told you the incident and the ins and outs of the incident. I've got over that. Put the toolbox back over here. So what I decided to do for my collets, and I'm going to do it for all my cutters as well, but I've done it for the collets. Now, on my 3 CNC machines, they're all ER11 collets, but there are slightly differences in some ER11 collets to others. I'll show them in a minute. And just let me get these out. Right, I'll just show you the collets now. They should in actual fit, but and I can get them in, but they don't. They come, and you can see the difference on them. That's an ER11 collet, and that's an ER11 collet. Okay, and you see there is a difference. That one comes from my CNC machine, which is my 3030, okay, which is a Tool Tech one. Now that one fits in this, as you can hear it clicks in, okay. Put that there. That one fits in there, as you can see, and it clips in. That one will not fit in that nut, nor does it fit right in there. There are differences, so that's why when I show you what I've done, that why I've actually created what I have. So the differences on the collets are only slight, but and you can actually get them in, but I don't choose to do that. I have a full set of collets for each machine. I've lost quite a few on the floor behind the back of the main machine, and I can't get to it unless I move it out, which is a very difficult job because it's that heavy. I have to use 2 trolley jacks to move it. So, and I know there's at least 7 collets down there, so I will get them out and replace it into the boxes. So back to the so I thought, I'm not having this happen again. When I pick something up with my collets in, I want to be able to pick it up and things not fall out. So hence I created that. It is a magnetic box for ER11 collets, and I will be doing it for my cutters as well. Not new cutters, because I keep them in a separate box, but as I use the cutters then, and they're still usable after I've used them, I will place it and make a box that I can place in all the cutters in, the used ones. Now I'll just alter the camera so you can see on the bench. Now these are just different ways I've done them. They've all been done on the Bamboo Labs X1C. Now this is the one that I like. Now it's magnetic, lifts off, and if you can see there, the magnets in each corner. Alright, so that keeps the lid on, so the lid can't fall off. Okay, there is a nut there. Right, now if I put the lid on and turn that upside down, you just hear the nut. Okay, that's it. Right about, but the lid don't come off. Okay, so that's the nut. But, and it has 4 magnets there, there, there and there. Okay, so they correspond with what's on the lid. Okay, this is raised text on this one, same as on the lid. It's raised text. That's a separate part, because to print that you waste material, because you would have to print it face down, or that way up. If you did it the other way, you'd have all the supports on the inside, which you don't want, but you'd have supports here. So that's a separate part done. That's just glued on the face. There's nothing special about them. This is printed like that. Right, there we go. They're magnetic. Okay, now so you're not going to lose them out. And how they're designed, they're all the same. Is you can see inside there, in the bottom there is a small magnet. It's an 8mm magnet, and I'll put a link to the description, and for these I will put the STL file on the internet if requested. So everyone has a magnet in. I think the magnets, they're reasonably cheap. You buy them a pack of 50, and obviously I get enough from here. There's 25, so I get 2 lots out of it. And you can buy the different size magnets for different size holes for the cutters, so it's not too bad. But also, so I designed that so that they would stop in. So, but also holds a nut on as well. You know, they're pretty strong magnets, so that's what I did. There's that one that's done slightly different. Same magnets on either corner. That's just done in black. I know that the green one, this one, and it says on ER11 Collets Metric and Imperial. I know the green one is for the 4040 Sainsmart. I know this one is for my 3030, and I have a mixed colour one. Now that's printed differently. That, as you can see, that's sunken text, and that's sunken text. Okay, it's all done in Fusion 360. That's that one. This is for those that don't have you know, facility to do 2 colours like I have on there. Normal printer. I printed all these little numbers off, all the sizes, and I printed them off separately. I've just glued them on with a bit of super glue. Okay, so just different ways of doing it, and I know that that one, different colours, is for my main machine. As you can see, there's quite a few collets missing, and all them are at the back. Now you might notice that on all these I've got they come in standard sizes when you buy them, 15s up to 7mm. I have an 8mm missing. I have these as well, but I have a 7.5 now. They're very, very difficult to get hold of, the 7.5 collets, but I managed to have one. Well, I had two actually, and they both seem to have gone missing. They're behind the back of the machine. Now the 7.5 is because I noticed I managed to get them, but the two, and I think they cost me somewhere reason about £8 a piece, because they were quite hard to get hold of. And the 7.5 is because I have some cutters that are oversized from the 7 but undersized from the 8. They're not 7, but the 7.5 seems to fit them, and the good quality milling cutters. Don't know why that is, and I've somewhere in the region of about 10 of them, and the cutters I know for a fact are like, oh, I think about £15 a piece. So they're very expensive for what they are, and the good milling cutters, you know, the mill aluminium, they'll do plastic and that, but so I didn't want to lose them, so that's why the 7.5's there. Okay, I just thought I'd explain that. So that's for the main machine. Now, as you can see, I've got 3 different ones there. 4040 Pro, 3030, the Tooltech, and my main Pro machine. Alright, now when I first started printing these, I tried it with, as I say, I did all the textures on actual Fusion 360. Now with the different coloured lettering, the raised text, it's easy in Bamboo Labs. I designed it all in Fusion 360, raised text. It's just extruded text, that's all it is. And then once you've done that, you go into Bamboo Labs. When you get it in, you can just select the layer that you want and paint it, tell it to do whatever colour you want, and it just does it. Now when you look at the text on that is, you can see it, it's only 1 mil height on it, that's it. It's crystal clear. I haven't had to clean that up, I haven't had to do it. I'm just amazed at what that printer can do. Right, as I say, these are all done, all the text on Fusion 360, and if I want to colour them, I colour them in Bamboo Labs. It's simple. The first attempt, and you don't get them every time, that was the first attempt with the coloured text on, and I didn't get it. It was too fine a text, and the printer had a job on doing it. It printed everything, but it wouldn't do the raised text. But so that was just a mistake on my part. But one of the printers that you can pick up now second hand on the internet, and I have one upstairs, in fact I've done videos on it, is the Anycubic Mega Pro, where you get a laser diode, small laser diode with it. Now I did that on it last night just to try and see what it did. Now alright, the quality is not as good as what the X1C is, but that did it. I haven't cleaned that up, I haven't done anything with it whatsoever. It's in PLA. I just hope you can see that. It's a bit difficult to see but it's there, it's all raised and it's clean and it's very much readable. So it just, you know, the surface isn't as good as the X1C, but it is there. But they all, and I have some more here. All the same magnetic, that's raised text, but it's not coloured, so you can do that whether you have, you know, I'm a great believer in being Yorkshire, I don't like wasting filament, and believe it or not, even doing the raised text, you know, you end up with. I'll show you. Them are the print towers. Okay, one's for the smaller, the stick-on raised text for the lids, and that is for, although there's not much sort of filament in it, but yeah, and what a lot of people forget is that the coloured part of the text is here, on the top, on the top of the box, which is that. Because the text is on top, not anywhere on the sides, but you can see if you look at the little prime tower, it's got black on the tops, which is about 1 millimetre, slightly about 0.5 mil thickness layer, but that corresponds with the thickness of that. So if this had have been 6 inch tall, which I could have printed for one printer box and do on the lid, that right would be 6 inch, because it goes across. It can't do the colour change on a tower that's lower than the top surface of what you're printing, so it will always match it. So I'd have had a tower 6 inch tall with a little bit of black on. Yorkshireman, I don't like wasting filament, so that's why I chose to do it different ways, just to show you really that you can do it with a normal printer, and I suggest that if you do have a CNC machine, that you do actually come up with your own ideas, and get the magnets and place them in the bottom. They're only super glued in at the bottom of the magnets. You can even put magnets in the hollows. I choose them because that'll take 2 nuts each. But I'm going to do a taller box that I can take my cutters that are used with the actual collet in and the cutter. Okay, I'm going to do that, but I haven't got round to it as yet. But please, I mean, these will have. I'm going to make a unit with a 3D print one or what, I don't know, so that these can be slid in above one another. Maybe take about 6, and then you can screw them down and make them secure, so you just slide them out when you want them. But it's just a safety issue, that's all this one, and I thought incorporate the new printer and see what it does. And as you can see here, it does a first class job. It has not failed on any one of these prints. Now, just for how, you know, the speed of printers, how they've gone up, that last night on the Anycubic Mega Pro took 2 hours thereabouts, 1 minute I think it was. The ones I printed off here, it doesn't matter whether it's raised text or sunken text, there's very little seconds difference. It took 37 minutes and better quality. So that's how much development 3D printers have come on in the last couple of years, well, less really. And I'm genuinely thinking of purchasing the A1. It's back online, all modified and what have you, so I'm looking at getting that with the AMS, because it's handy, because although I send the prints downstairs into the workshop from the office upstairs, it's going up and down and I have 3 flights here, so what I shall do is probably keep the A1 upstairs, and then I can do the sample files upstairs and then send them down here. But that's it. So just to recap, if you've got cutters or ER11 collets or whatever, make sure that they're in something secure. You can, yes, I've seen a lot of people make them out of wood on the CNC machine. There's nothing wrong with that, hollowing them out and this and other, but you pick that up and drop it, they will go all over. Just make them magnetic. You can still do the same, super glue magnet in the bottom. You can still do it on the CNC machine, develop it. And it's just an idea. You can make them oblong, you can do them how you want to do them, but please just be careful when you're using the CNC machines or any machinery and you're passing anything over the top. Well, that's it for the video. As I say, it's only a short one, but you know, I can't impress enough. I can't lose out now. I mean, you could drop the whole box on the floor and it'd probably open the lids, but I can pick that up, and you know, it holds all the collets in secure. They don't fall out, and it was my mistake. I should have made sure the clasp was shut, but it just goes to show that when you've got machinery running, it doesn't matter whether it's a piece of cloth, it doesn't matter whether it's a piece of timber, it doesn't matter whether it's a piece of metal. They all become dangerous when they touch the moving parts. You know, I've worked when I served my apprenticeship. I came across one day. I was only 12 months into the job, and somebody took 3 fingers off on the big rip saw. And from that moment on, I said, when I do anything, I will adhere to safety rules. And I haven't cut corners. I never cut corners. I do it every time. I don't care whether it means it's a bit more hassle to set the job up because you've got guards to put on and various things to do. I adhere to the safety rules. Okay. Shirts, don't have shirts loose when you're near the lathe. Don't have shirts loose. And pass something over your cuffs or a shirt near a circular saw, because I've seen it in industry, people, and I've seen it on TV, people reaching over machinery with cuffs undone or loose shirt, you know, and you reach over planer. If I have a loose shirt and I reach over the planer to grab something, that could easily go onto the cutters. It will grab that. It will pull you before it tears it. The same with the circular saw. You reach over to grab something from the back of the saw, what will happen? Your cuff, your sleeve, the saw will grab the material. It might chew it up, but it'll pull your arm down towards the blade. If you've no guards on, well, even if you've a guard on, you know, you can still injure your arm. The other thing is pillar drills. People so many times, you know, come close, they're drilling something and they've got gloves on to stop the, you know, whether material gloves or PVC gloves, and the next thing you know, the drills grabbed it and twisted it round off your fingers. If it hadn't pulled it to thing before you can get to the stop button, and the stop button's on mine's on the left, so if you're using your left hand, you've got to reach round. Everything. Routers the same. You know, don't go near them when they're running. You know, set your dust extraction up, put a vac near, that's fine. The vac is just plastic end, just keep it near. You know, if you don't have a dust shoe, just keep vacuuming it out now and again, but please do not put your fingers anywhere near any of the cutters or machinery when it's revolving. It only takes a split second to lose that digit or anything else. That's basically conclusion to my video. It's not it wasn't going to be a lengthy video. It was a safety issue really, and I thought I'd put it out there. And you know, it's everybody can have mishaps where you think, oof, I was lucky the other day that I didn't either have my eye out or smash my safety glasses or hit me in the teeth. I mean, it had probably just bounced off my body because I've clothing on, but not my face. I was so lucky, and that's what drove me to find a better way of actually keeping and storing my will be my cutters, but my collets and the nuts for the collets. Now, in the description section, I will be I'll put a link to the magnets that I purchased, and if you send me a request by the comment section, I'll let you know where the XTL file will be uploaded to. You can use them, it's fine by me. If it stops somebody from having the same incident that I had, all's good and well. So, and this time, really, you know, impress home, as I always say at the end of it: be safe, be careful, and bye for now.